The NPR piece on the doctor at the nursing home who saved everyone but one patient. Is there another nursing home in the country that has such a successful record? I don't know. I'm asking the question. You would think that people who cared about saving lives would be thrilled about a medication that has been approved for use, not specifically for this, but medications are approved because of their safety. People with lupus and rheumatoid arthritis take it for years with no side effects. But because President Trump touted it, people on the left, including doctors, corrupted by leftism, because leftism destroys everything it touches, including medicine, science, religion, journalism, education, the arts, everything. That is the lethal virus of the world, leftism. Doctors who talk against this have been corrupted. They can say it's not proven under the usual forms of study. Yeah, it's correct. I agree. A fact is a fact. The first thing on this show is truth. But here you have this doctor at a nursing home. And listen to the headline and the way NPR covered it. COVID-19 patients given unproven drug in Texas nursing home in disconcerting move. Is that astonishing? To NPR, it's disconcerting that all the patients in the nursing home but one lived. Now you say, no, Dennis, you're perverting what they're saying. No, I'm not. How is it disconcerting if they're alive? NPR? It's disconcerting because a drug touted by the president may work. That is how sick the left is. Trump hatred perverts the conscience. It's the fact. This is a smoking gun example. You think if Obama had touted a drug that was unproven and I had all these examples, I wouldn't say, woo, that is awesome. It wouldn't occur to me that my dislike of Obama and my contempt for the Democratic Party would in any way shape my reaction to a drug that was saving lives over and over. I had a doctor on Zelenko in New York, 1,450 patients. Saved the lives of all but two, if I'm not mistaken. Did he make it up? He can't have an investment in it. The thing is so cheap. So they're now pushing remdesivir, which is $1,000 a pop. Now that I would like to know who up at top there on the top has stock in Gilead. That I would like to know. The makers of remdesivir. Listen to the NPR way of reporting this. This is your smoking gun of the corruption of the left, the moral corruption. Concern is mounting. Concern is mounting. You know what the concern is? That the president's touting of a drug may work. Concern is mounting after a doctor at a Texas nursing home started giving the anti-malaria drug hydroxychloroquine to dozens of elderly patients diagnosed with COVID-19 and tracking the outcomes in what he's calling an observational study. Use of the drug to treat coronavirus infections has set up a heated debate between the Trump administration and leading health experts. If that is true, then it shows you the moral corruption of leading health experts. This is among the most important articles I've ever read to you. It shows you how deep the rot, including in the sciences. President Trump has been an enthusiastic champion of hydroxychloroquine, calling it a game changer. But some of the nation's most respected health officials have said there is insufficient evidence showing that the 80-year-old drug, which is typically used to stave off malaria or treat lupus or rheumatoid arthritis, is a viable treatment in battling the new virus. So what do you have to lose, which is what the president asked. I am so curious. I would love to do an honest poll. I don't think it would get honest answers. Ask 1,000 Democrats if your mother or father were tested positive, would you give them hydroxychloroquine? And if their answer is no, it shows you how effective the left-wing media are. In my opinion, not giving an older person who is tested positive this drug is tantamount to enabling them to die. Okay, just want to be on record saying that. I'm not a scientist. Perhaps that's one of the reasons that I can think clearly. My only vested interest is saving lives. I'm not interested in the president being vindicated or non-vindicated. How do you explain that nursing homes have been the primary place of death from this disease, from this virus, except in the case of the guy who gave it to his patients in the Texas nursing home? Is that a coincidence, ladies and gentlemen? The article, this is the NBC, the controversial decision to administer hydroxychloroquine at the resort at Texas City over the last few days was made by Robert Armstrong, a physician and medical director of the nursing home. God, are those people lucky that he is the medical director. It's actually going well. People are getting better, Armstrong told NPR. Adding that after just a handful of days, some of the 39 patients on the medication are showing signs of improvement. But scientists argue that relying on observational, uncontrolled evidence can be misleading. Okay. But they're alive. All right? Maybe it's voodoo. But they're alive. And then they write, contrary to Armstrong's assertion that hydroxychloroquine, quote, has virtually no side effects, it is known to have serious negative health impacts. This is the corruption of the sciences by the left and by the media. The side effects are minimal. I spoke to a doctor yesterday on the phone who we're going to have on the show. She sees patients who have taken this for years. She said, there are no side effects. There are side effects to aspirin. There's side effects to cough syrup. It's the corruption, my friends. It's the corruption of the sciences. They are not pro-science. I am. I am not pro-scientist. They're as corrupt as political scientists. That is the saddest revelation of this whole crisis.